On July 26, 2016, a man by the name of Satoshi Uematsu would break into Sekui Lily Garden, a residential care center located in Japan that housed 149 residents between the ages of 19 and 75, all of whom had an intellectual disability, but many with various physical disabilities as well. This location is where he would commit one of Japan's most prolific acts in history. Uematsu used to work at the care home Sekui Lily Garden as well. Uematsu solicited Tadamori Oshima's help in sending a letter to the Japanese Prime Minister in February of 2016. Just 4 months before he would commit his crime, he pleaded for the legality of ending the lives of those with numerous disabilities when the guardians desired it. In the note he wrote, "I envision a world where a person with multiple disabilities can be euthanized with an agreement of the guardians. When it is difficult for the person to carry out household and social activities." He also stated that the killings of the disabled would be for the sake of Japan and world peace, as well as to benefit the global economy and prevent World War III. He then states what his plot is, quoting, "It will be carried out during the night shift, when staffing is low. The target will be 2 facilities where many multiple disabled people reside. Staff on guard will be strapped with cables so they can't move and can't make contact with anyone outside. The act will be carried out speedily and definitely without harming the staff. After wiping out 260 people in 2 facilities, I will turn myself in." He then proceeds to ask for the request from the Prime Minister, stating, "My incarceration should be up to 2 years, and please let me lead a free life afterwards. Innocence on the grounds of insanity. A new name, government registration and documents such as driver's license needed for everyday life. A disguise for regular society through plastic surgery. Financial aid of 500 million yen or 5 million USD. The letter was handed over to Tokyo police, who contacted the police in Sagamihara. During this time frame, Uematsu posted to his Twitter account that he expected he might be arrested. Later that month, once Sagamihara's authorities learned about his letter, he was taken into custody, questioned, and then involuntarily sent to a psychiatric institution for 2 weeks. Doctors determined that he was not a threat to himself or society, and on March 2nd he was returned to his parents. In the early hours of the morning, Uematsu traveled to the Sekui Lily Garden Care Facility, which was situated around 50 kilometers or 30 miles outside of Tokyo, armed with several knives. The facility was located in a remote location. At about 2:10 in the morning, according to reports, Satoshi Uematsu entered the care facility through a glass window on the first level with a hammer. He tied up a staff member, took their keys, and then went room to room, stabbing the victims in their necks as they slept. The stabbing rampage lasted around 40 minutes across 2 buildings. Uematsu's 19 victims were aged between 19 and 70. Another 25 people were wounded, 20 seriously. Both men and women were reported to be among the dead. Staff called police around 20 minutes later to report what was happening. At around 2:30 local time, Uematsu departed the area before being found. Security camera video shows him exiting the building at 2:50. As he exited the crime scene, he sent out a last tweet to his account reading, "May there be peace in the world," and added, "Beautiful Japan" in English. He got back into his car and drove to the nearest police station to hand himself in. At about 3 in the morning, armed cops entered the premises and discovered the crime scene. 29 ambulances were dispatched to the site of the crime. At roughly 3 in the morning, he reportedly told police officers, "I did it." He was said to have remarked, "It is better that disabled people disappear." Police discovered a bag containing knives and other equipment with sharp edges inside his vehicle. The seats were covered in blood, according to witnesses who saw inside the car before it was seized. Satoshi Uematsu admitted to his planning to attack a second care home facility, which he previously mentioned in his letter. However, he stated that he abandoned the second attack as he expected police to interfere after failing to complete his plan to tie up all facility workers at the first site. He said he voluntarily presented himself to the local police station because he thought he had successfully killed a considerable number of disabled people. Uematsu defended the horrible act by arguing that those who are unable to communicate should be put to death. He did, though, express regret the manner in which he had murdered his victims, saying he didn't come up with any other method. Additionally, he claimed during his trial that the individuals he killed were not humans. On the 20th of February 2017, Uematsu was found mentally competent. He was charged with 29 counts of murder, 24 counts of attempted murder, 2 counts of illegal confinement causing injury, 3 counts of illegal confinement, 1 count of unlawful entry, and 1 count of violating the Swords and Firearms Control Law. On the 24th of February, Uematsu's lawyers attempted to argue that he was mentally incompetent due to the effects of marijuana. Although Uematsu announced that he intended to admit to his crimes in court, however, he pleaded not guilty but was convicted. On the 16th of March 2020, he was sentenced to death and is awaiting execution.